Hi all, welcome to the Player of the Month Train Tips video guys. We're going to cover the potential prices, squads, requirements and also the potential cards that you may have as well. So if you can smash the links guys, we much appreciate. Sub to the channel if you're new, follow me on Twitter, G's a Legend. All the links are down below guys for playlists on the channel and social media links. And I have thrown in the footbin links and I've also thrown in the Player of the Month official vote guys for you to check out all 6 players that are in it. And I'm only going to cover 4 players guys. Ibra and Pickford for me are not to be considered at all, and Phillips, Costa, Pedro and Aguero are all very good shouts guys, and it is hard to genuinely say who will get this, but it's going to be a fun, interesting week ahead to see who will get this. So let's jump into the 4 players guys and the potential routes that they may go. So the first route guys is a BPL Matt Phillips team. In terms of how to take this, it will be an 82, 83 rated squad. I think they might incorporate like Movember cards, they might incorporate the West Brom players into this. If it's like an 82, 83 rated squad guys, your best players to buy are Foster, Jacob, Rondon, Johnny Evans and Chadley. They're kind of like your 78s to 80 rated. You can even buy Niom as well if a rare players was kind of thrown in as a requirement. But in terms of the squad guys, this is roughly the BPL squad I'm building just now. I have got other higher rated options that I can kind of throw in if need be. But for just now, I would say this kind of covers a good few bases, and I will throw in Fonte and Terry in at the back, and I will also be having Xhaka, Schweinsteiger, Oscar and Mata as other options to throw in guys, just to kind of bump up the overall, but it would just give me enough options to kind of cover that base. Scotland route for Matt Phillips guys is cheap as hell, 5k this cost. The 4 silvers are the only ones I've had to buy guys so far. If loyalty came into the equation, I would be well and truly covered. Even the guys on the bench and the reserves, and even all the Scottish players I've got in my club as well, most of them are packed, which is handy. But this isn't too difficult guys. If Matt Phillips got an Player of the Month card, this will be a very easy requirement to do. It will be cheap, but this is where the biggest profit will be guys, so keep that in mind in terms of where to build it. But I expect a 3 or 4 league requirement guys, so keep that in mind when you build the squad. Oliver Burke might prove a very useful card guys over Ryan Fraser, so keep that in mind when you build the squad. The West Brom route guys has to be considered of course. He plays for West Brom, he's had a very good month for West Brom with them getting 2 wins and a draw. For me, I don't think they will personally just make a West Brom squad. I hope they don't put an emphasis on having to like inform Nasser Chadley again or inform Brunt, because these guys are super expensive guys. But also I would say if it was to be a West Brom route, it'll be like 5 or 6 players max, and then you're going to have to focus on the rest of the league guys. So it won't be too difficult. This is cheap as anything, like 5 to 6k, and you're well and truly covered guys for the BPL West Brom route. Then a past, present, future guys, what this incorporates is past players teams. So for Matt Phillips, he's played for Wickham, QPR and Blackpool guys, and this incorporated into it perfectly. And future teams are who they've got in December, so like Swansea, Arsenal, Watford, Southampton and Chelsea. So I've kind of looking at the routes that they may kind of take this, and it's also worth considering guys for a past, present, future that this might also be the BPL route that they may consider, where you have to kind of cover past teams that they've played. So it could be like November opponents, December opponents, but it's kind of incorporate this past, present, future. So you have to keep that in mind guys. That would be a very sneaky route that they would do. So look at the past players that teams for Phillips for example are Leicester, Burnley and Hull, so they could be routes to cover guys, and it would make it very fun. But this is where also you would need an inform, so keep that in mind when you build the squad guys. It's not too expensive but it's not too cheap either, so this would be the sneaky route that they may take this. Moving on to guys the rest of the players guys, the other 3 guys will incorporate at least 1 or 2 informs in the BPL squad. This is going to be like an 83 to 85 rated squad guys, and it's not going to be too expensive in all honesty if you've got a lot of the players still already packed or even just bought. But in all honesty, this is not too difficult, and I would say Gliffy Sigurdsson and Jermaine Defoe are the 2 informs I'm currently looking at. There is other informs I may nab, someone on like the right wing like Pedro for example, he could be a good shout. He would cover a lot of the routes potentially, and that's something to consider when building all these respective squad guys. Good reward, I would say, for this will be like a 50k pack will probably be your reward, guys. Moving on to the BPL, the Argentine route of Aguero, guys. I was going to say the BPL route, but with Aguero, guys, you're kind of maybe needing a BPL influence in this with Zabaleta and Lamela, guys. But this is not very expensive to build. I did have like Ever Banega already and Saldi and Rodriguez, but I had to use them for SBCs for the Team of the Week options. But in terms of where to take this team, guys, it's not too expensive, and Saldi, Rodriguez and Banega are super cheap, and Perotti and First and Foremost Icardi, guys, aren't expensive either. So in terms of buying these players, it's not too expensive. Pastore is kind of one of the more expensive options, and he is the 85 rated, he's like 10k. But all in all, not too expensive, but it's a very cheap and fun route to build, and it would cover all your requirements, guys, in terms of special cards and also a high overall. As with Phillips, guys, the past, present, future route is Independiente and Atletico Madrid, guys. It would probably be like one player, if anything, from this, and it can be done, guys, on 100k. You get Caballero and Otamendi to link up for Cuesta, and obviously Zabaleta on it right back. And Gamero is kind of your Atletico Madrid player, because you need a French option, and he is the perfect one to link them all. But I don't see this being this kind of route, mainly because it's actually a low overall, so it isn't a route to consider. If it's a past, present, future, guys, on this basis, it will be Man City's teams that they faced in November, and it will be teams that they face in December, and it will kind of make it a higher overall. It'll probably push it to that 83, 84 rated that it will kind of need to be, but it might even push to an 85, to be honest, so keep that in mind for a past, present, future. And the hybrid route, guys, this is insane, I will admit this. In terms of the route, guys, I'm expecting either one inform or one Movember card, but also at the same time I'm expecting somewhere to crop up. It would be like 2 special cards, is basically what they'll say. In terms of the route to take this, guys, I have gone with a Bundesliga BBVA kind of 2-league kind of route. Isco will be up top, guys. He is kind of like one of the few options that you can throw in that's a high rating and get him up top. I've got the cam version there just now, guys. I have got a centre forward and a striker version to kind of cover my back, guys. It's not an expensive squad. The good thing is most of these guys are packed, like Farman, Xabi Alonso and Houides, and Javi Martinez is on a snipe. But I've got Mustache, November, Rodriguez in my club as well. I've only put the 83 one in just now, just to kind of cover that normal option, but the 84 one can get put in right away, guys. But this is where the rewards would get very interesting. I'm going to say like 2 or 3 45k packs if this kind of route was to be covered, and it makes it fun, in all honesty. It's not too expensive, but it kind of throws in like the 2 leagues, but also kind of throws in the special card incorporation. For Costa and Pedro, guys, for a Spain route, expect quite a high overall yet again, guys. About an 84, 85 rated Spanish squad, guys. It's not too difficult or expensive to do, guys. The handy thing is, you only really need to probably buy yourself one inform for the nation of Spain, guys. And your best men, for example, are Ivan Ramis and Javi Varas, guys. Both of them are super cheap in terms of the other informs to buy, and they're both like 82 rated. And the good thing is, if you buy someone like Javi Varas over Reina, and you could easily incorporate PK in at left centre back, and that would just give you probably a higher overall, and it would just give you the right kind of benefits in terms of where to take the team. And for me, it would be too difficult to do, and I know right away the minute I put the striker Isco in, it would get the full chem guys, and I'd be well and truly covered. And same for Xabi Alonso, I could put him to a centre mid. This is where a good reward, guys, would probably be like a 50k or 235k, like a rare mega pack, but 2 of them. So it would be quite fun, but it's not expensive, guys, as you can see as well. So keep that in mind when you build the squad, guys. For Costa, guys, for a past, present, future, this isn't too difficult to do, but then again, this is an expensive, it's actually a very difficult route to kind of go. What you're kind of needing, guys, is mostly an emphasis on Spanish players. Moya kind of needs Muniza, Ramis and Manquillo, and obviously Mata and Fabregas to kind of link you up. But then when you go up top, you can't use Callum Wilson, guys. From a Bournemouth perspective, you have to use Jack Wilshere to give you a high enough overall. But for me personally, guys, I don't think this would be a route they would go. From a Costa perspective, or even a Pedro perspective for that matter, I would say if they're going to do this, they would make it, if it's a past, present, future, it will be a past of the teams they've faced and maybe like the future teams that they will face in December. That might be the more logical route. Then it eases the emphasis on needing an Atletico Madrid player and of course any other previous teams that the players have played for. But it's going to be, it would be very interesting. It would also be very insane as well. This team would actually be quite expensive because Fabregas and even Ramis and Mata are kind of the three main players that are expensive, and Azpilicueta is not too cheap either. So keep that in mind, guys, in terms of how they take this. And it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun games to be had. And the very last squad, guys, that we are covering is a past, present, future Pedro, guys. This is a much higher rated overall squad, and this would also seem more logical in terms of how to build this. The handy thing is Pedro played for Barca, and that is all. But this is where I would then say, expect if it's a past, present, future of Pedro, you're going to need three or four Barcelona players. And in this instance, Machu, Piqué and Ter Stegen are the three best players to buy, guys. They cover a very good overall, and I would say even Mascherano could be an option. If you buy Mascherano, you could put someone else in it right back, like what's his name at right back, Zabaleta, and then at right mid you could throw in like El Mohammadi or Snodgrass. But it might kind of hurt the overall a little bit, guys. It might keep it as an 83, 84 rated squad. You kind of maybe want that boost up, but it's not too expensive, guys. It's quite fun, and I would honestly say it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do for the month of November, guys. We've tried to work out as best we can the squads, but it's going to be interesting how they build it in time. But just to say as well, guys, as I said at the start, Ibra and Pickford, don't even consider them, guys. They're not even shouts. Like, Ibra is probably going to finish like 5th. He might win the fan vote, but he's not going to win overall, because Phillips, Costa, Pedro and Aguero have had much stronger months. They've been much more impressive, and in all honesty, even Pickford's had a much better month than Ibra, in all honesty. But all in all, guys, this is wrapping it up. In terms of the Player of the Month card to expect at the end of next Friday, I would say Phillips will be the card I will go for as the first choice, guys. But I have heavily expect Costa, Pedro and Aguero to be very close shouts, in all honesty. So hopefully you've enjoyed this, guys. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, what routes that you are covered, what players you're investing in, and who you expect for Player of the Month, guys. Just remember, guys, this is a very meaty video, so hopefully if you've stayed to the end, guys, leave a hashtag Player of the Month, guys. It would be awesome. So take it easy, guys. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all later for more FIFA 17 content.